And now, a dramatic reading of Pokemon Attack of Mewtwo by Dark Lemur. Author's note. This is dark fic. It has many dark themes and death and violence. Do not read unless you want to. Wake up, Sarah, said Sarah's mom. Sarah was Pokemon trainer, who was 13 years old, with black hair and nice smile and really pretty. Okay, Mom, said Sarah, and she remembered that she was old enough for Pokemon Journey, because Pokemon League changed age that trainers could leave home, and Sarah went to see Professor Oak. Hi, Oak, said Sarah, and Oak told Sarah that he only had one Pokemon left. It is Eevee, said Oak, and Sarah said it was her favorite, and Oak gave her Pokeball, and Sarah let Pokemon out. Eevee, said the Eevee. It's so kawaii, said Sarah. It is Japanese for cute, okay? Sarah walked out of laboratory, and suddenly Mewtwo. Who are you? Asked Sarah. I am Mewtwo, and I hate Pokemon trainers, and I will explode Oak's laboratory, so that no one can be trainer. No, said Sarah. Why do you want to explode lab? Because humans are evil, sad Mewtwo. No, Mewtwo, you are evil, said Sarah, and then Mewtwo blew up lab anyway. No, said Sarah, and saw Oak was dead and was scary. No, why did you do this, Mewtwo? You are evil, said Sarah. Shut up or I explode your head, said Mewtwo, but Sarah not listen, and Mewtwo shat at her. Now she is dead, said Mewtwo, and flew away, but Sarah was not dead, and blacked out, and so was Eve. Then Sarah woke up and saw that Mewtwo was gone, and was sad and sad. Mewtwo, I will take revenge on you for exploding Oak's lab, and decided to train Eevee to become stranger than Mewtwo, even though Mewtwo was legendary, and so her Pokemon journey begun. End of Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Author's note. Thanks for reviews, everyone. The reason Sarah got Eevee is because Oak was breeding them, okay? And Mewtwo has a god reason for acting OOC. Okay, here is next chapter. Sarah was tired and angry and sad and trained hard to defeat Mewtwo. Eve was getting stronger because she was fighting wild Pokemon and doing good. Then a trainer. Hey, do you want to battle? Sure, the other trainer was hot and looked like 13-year-old Zac Efron. Other trainers said, go Ralts, and then there was Ralts. What Pokemon is that? Asked Sarah. Ralts, said the other trainer that was fighting Sarah. And Ralts saw that Sarah was nice person. It read her emotions like nice book, but still wanted to fight her. Ralts confusion, said boy trainer. Eevee dodge and tackle, said Sarah, and Eevee dodged confusion and used tackle. Ralts used confusion, said trainer, and Eevee didn't dodge it this time. Sarah told Eevee to use tackle, and Eevee did, and Eevee got critical hit. Ralts return, said other trainer. You're good. So are you, said Sarah. I am Jake, sad trainer. I am Sarah, said Sarah. Oh, I had forgotten you to explode Oak's lab, she said. Oak's lab, no! Replied Jake. Why you not tell me this? I am trained to defeat Mewtwo, yelled Sarah. Mewtwo is legendary. You can't fight him. Own your own. You will need help. Let me join you. Okay, said Sarah. We should catch Pokemon, said Blake, and they saw some Pokemon and they caught them. Suddenly Mewtwo teleported there. You again, said Mewtwo. I thought I killed you along with Rez of Lab. Sarah and Jake were scarred because their Pokemon were weakened, and Mewtwo was strong and smart and tough. Mewtwo raised hand, but then another Mewtwo appeared. What? Said Sarah. What? Said Jake. What? Said the first Mewtwo. The new Mewtwo looked at the other Mewtwo and said, You have killed humans and ruined my good name. You will pay. Dot 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 dot. Clone. Author's note. Dot dot dot. End of chapter 2. Chapter 3. Author's note. Because of confusing evil Mewtwo will be called Mew3 from now on. And I know now the title doesn't make sense, but too bad! Mewtwo and Mew3 faxed each other. Mewtwo shoot shadow balls at Mew3, and Mew3 dodged balls and laughed. You are inferior clone, Mewtwo. Now I kill you for trying to stop me from wiping out human race. Haha. Who are you? Asked Mewtwo. I am Mew3, and humans made me from your genetics, but I hate humans. No! Shouted Mewtwo. How dare they use my genetics? It's my genetics, not yours! Suddenly a clone army came out from behind Mew3. It is attack of the clones, said Sarah, and Mewtwo teleported them lab. Where is this? Asked Jake. I once tried to kill humans too, said Mewtwo. But now I use my science for good. I cannot fight clone army alone. You must help me. Mewtwo used genetics on their Pokemon, and they evolved and become stronger than normal Pokemon. Except for Sarah's Eevee, which could evolve into any evolution whenever she wanted, then turn back. The Eevee was also pink and blue instead of brown and white. Now you are ready to fight Mew3, said Mewtwo, and then Jake turned on television and saw that Clone Army was already killing humans, and Jake was mad. We have to stop the clones, said Jake, and Mewtwo teleported them to the city where the clone Pokemon were attacking, but Mew3 wasn't there, and it made them mad. I will find Mew3, said Mewtwo, and Mewtwo teleported and left them to fight clones all on their own, but the trainers were ready. Let's go! And hopped they were god enough to stop clones. Author's note. BTW, the attack of the clones thing is a pun on Star Wars if you don't know. No, I'm not a troll, I'm a human, and if you don't like, don't read, and if you flame, that means you're just jealous, otherwise thanks for review. End of chapter 3. Chapter 4. Author's note. I know I'm not very good at spelling, but I don't think matters. You can still understand me, right? Besides, English not first language. Also, I have not played Pokemon games, so I don't know how to spell certain moves, okay? But I said it don't matter, and Sarah and Jake find themselves in Saffron City and saw clones everywhere. They're everywhere, said Jake. Don't worry, said Sarah, and then Evie turned into an Umbreon. But it was still pink. You three ordered the clones to attack, and they started to blow buildings. No, there were people in there, said Jake. Galad, go! Then Galade came out. It was blue and white and shiny. Psycho Cut! Ordered Jake, and then the Galade used Psycho Cut, which hurt a weaving clone. Then a Charizard started to breathe fire at them, but Eevee turned to Vaporeon to stop it. Then it used Hydro Pump. Hydro Pimp. Then more clones came, and Eevee changed form to stop them, but there were too many of them. There are too many of them, said Jake. And then they sent out a bunch of other Pokemon, and they started to do well against clones, but there were still too many. Then Saraj looked up in the sky and saw someone with purple hair riding on Garchomp. It would fall. Leave her alone, you damn clown, said Paul, and he sent out a bunch of Pokemon and beat up the rest of the clones. Thank you, Paul, said Sarah. No problem, said Paul. Just here to help. Jake was jealous because Paul look amazing, but Sarah didn't notice. Suddenly Mew3 in the sky. Attention everyone, I have just beat Mewtwo and now I will destroy all humans. No one can stop me. I can, said Sarah, and Mew3 laughed. How will you beat me when I am up here and you are down there? I will kill you from sky and you not reach me. He's right, said Jake. But then Umbreon grew big yellow wings and flew up to Mew3. What? Said Mew3. How did you do that? It was special modify, said Umbreon. You talk too, said Mew3, and then Umbreon used Faint Attack, and it was super effective. So Mewtwo used genetics on your Pokemon. I didn't expect this. I will have to retreat, but I'll be back for revenge, said Mew3, and then he teleported away. No fair, said Jake. How did that happen? Asked Sarah. Mew3 gave me extra special genetics, said Umbreon, then turned back to Eevee. I am sorry for keeping secret. It's okay, said Sarah. But we need to find Mew3 we should train for next math. I'll get you, Mew3! End of Chapter 4. Chapter 5. Author's Note. Stop it! I said I wasn't a troll, okay? But thanks to people who liked it, I didn't mean for it to be funny, but I'm glad you like. Also, I got Fur's real Pokemon game, Pokemon Heart Gold, and it's pretty good, and I decided to put in elements from that game. Before, I only watched movies and TV shows, so it was a bit different, but still good. Why is Ash look different though? Sarah, Jack, and Paul decide to haul out Satai and look for Survivor. We should look for survivors, said Paul sexily. Okay, said Sarah, and they look for survivors. Sarah was distracted by Paul's nice hi-ar and sexy bod and made Jake jealous. Stop looking at me like that. Sid Paul, Jake God idea. Galad, use telekinesis. I think that's how it's spelled. And Galad put the buildings back together. Good job, said Jake, and they found some survivors and they rescued them. I must go now, said Paul. There are more people that need help. No, don't go, said Sarah. We need all the help we can get to beat Mewtwo. He's very strong. Okay, said Paul. Jake pulled Sarah aside and asked, Do you like Paul? I guess so, said Sarah, and made Jake sad because he was in love with Sarah. Do you like him? Like him? Asked Cake. Maybe, said Sarah. Why? Sarah, I love you, said Jake. Really? Said Sarah. Really? Said Jake, and then they kissed. Author's note. Paul is 13 in this story, so it's not weird, okay? We need to find Mewtwo, said Paul. My Galade has psychic powers, said Jake, and Galade used psychic powers to find Mewtwo. He's in the belt hour, but it is far away to teleport to, so we will have to drive there on motorcycles, said Galad telepathically. I will give you motorcycles, said one of the survivors, who owned a motorcycle shop, who they rescued earlier. Sarah, Jake, and Paul drove fast as wind and got to New Barkton and saw Salaman there. What is Salaman doing here? Said Pale. I am Super Clone made by Mewtwo. I am second only to Mewtwo and am second in command, said Salamand. I will be making sure you never redatch Mewtwo die! End of Chapter 5. Chapter 6. Author's note. Everyone! There is plot twist in chapter. Not gonna spoil it for you though. Slamens clawed Sarah in face and Eve turned in Vaporeon to stop it. But Slamens used Dargan bread on it and hurt. Ha ha ha, say Salaman. You are weak and will die. No, said Sarah. I won't let you kill. But Salamand attacked Paul and Jake before set out Pokemon, and they were lie on ground. You can't stop me, said Salamand. Edward Cullen. Now you will die. But suddenly Sarah started to glow. Sarah was right on. What's happening to me? What? Said Jake and Paul. Sarah, you are escaped genetic experiment from Mewtwo. You had Mew Dan, so you could transform at will, but you forgot and was adopted by family. He made you human so you could live with humans, but kill them when time. I control you now. Then Salaman took out remote and controlled Sarah. No, said Sarah. Now kill friends, Jake and Paul, laughed Salaman evilly. Sarah charged Hyper Beam and aimed it at Jake. No, don't, said Jake, but Sarah couldn't stop it. But then Sarah think of how she loved Jake and didn't want to hurt him, so she shot at tree instead. What? No! Say Salamand. Mind control will never defeat power of move, say Sarah. Then Salamand turned into Jet. If you won't kill friends, then I will for you. But Sarah turned into Articuno and used Ice Beam because it was his weakness, and Remote Destroy. No! And fainted. So you are genetic experiment, Jake. I guess so, said Sarah. Come on, we have hurry. And she turned into Aerodactyl, and they all got on and glide to Belterre. I'll get you, you three! End of chapter 6. Chapter 7. Author's Mote. This last chapter, everyone, then it's done. Though I may make sequel soon. Sarah to fly Bell Towel and say Mew3. Mew3, I challenge you to Pokemon battle. Okay, thought Mew3. I choose me, and shot Black Hole at Sarah. No, say Sarah and Dog. I will create world without Pokemon trainers, said Mew3. Humans make Pokemon slave, and I hate that, and humans. I didn't expect to see you again, but you will not get in my way. You kill Oak and Larry, and Mewtwo and other people too, say Sarah. You can't stop me. I will kill all humans so that no one can be trainer, say Mew3. Sarah point. Shut up or I explode your head! And became Mewtwo too. Impossible, say Mew3. You born me, but now I kill you, said Sarah. You may be me, but you are not level. And use Shadow Bill. It was super effective, but Eve jumped in front and it didn't hurt him. Why help human, said Mew3. I am friend of Sarah, said Eevee. Mew3 was confused, didn't understand why Eve helped Sarah. What is friend? Said Mew3. Friends are people who nice each other and help other and are, say Jake, but Mew3 still not understand. Now I will fight for Rend. Then Jake sent out Zorark, which he caught but forgot to tell, and it used Dark Plus. Ow, said Mewtwo. Then Sarah became Miss Drevis and Eve Umbran and hurt Mew3 too. Mew3 fought Bake at 2 but couldn't. No! And fate. Tara was sad for Mew3 and Mew's revive. Why you do that? Say Paul. Why you do that? Say Mew3. You throw humans shouldn't killed, say Eevee. Pokemon like train. Mew3 was sad and mad and confused. Sarah, I will not kill humans now. Say Mew3, and Sarah knew he wasn't Ling. Mew3 flew into sky with sad face. I will help human now and teleport awa. We did it, sag Paul. Yay! Say Evie. Then Jake and Sarah start kissing to celebrate. Sarah, Jake, and Paul, you are heroes, say people, and make a parade. The end. Or is it?